So do we all remember this picture? You probably don't. You will when I show it to you in its context that you remember it. Notice it says Melissa Silva, Tim Man. You see the picture of her mirrored? You see the blue line here, the teal line for the pedophilia? Okay, that means she's in the club. It's interesting that this is a friend of Amy Laskus with the same last name that Stephanie had as a maiden name, Silva. So let's just go to the next bit. You remember this? When these two were talking about what they were going to bring to the memorial? Remember that? And they both, first she pulled hers first, and then she did hers. As soon as I went over to her side and I said, hey, I know what this picture means, she yanked hers down. The poster object you were commenting on has been removed by its owner and can no longer be commented on. So they didn't block me, they pulled their conversation completely. Even though it was for this memorial for Stephanie. This is the comment I made, remember? She said, I'll bring a gift card for my store, bring it with me next weekend. And I wrote, I'd like to donate Aaron Arnold's name and the pedophile ring up there that's going on that led to Stephanie's murder. That's why they pulled it. Do you remember that? That was one day. That was one day before the FBI and the state police showed up at my house. I'll show you what's going on here. So here she is. This is her page. Now, when I punch that name into Facebook to get that exact same page, this is what I get. Victoria Williams, Winkfield. Notice it's mirrored here. If we come down here, what is she involved in? Forensic team psychologist at Florida Department of Children and Families. Studied master in human services, minor community development. Studied master degree in mental health psychology. Are we not talking about that with a mind that's been mirrored? Is that not what we're talking about? And Winkfield, wink is one eye symbolism. You scroll down on her page and the first thing you're going to run across is this. Is his life worth less than mine? And then you've got it over here. What are we looking at? You know exactly what we're looking at. So we're going to take this and we're going to go right here. What is that? That picture is mirrored, isn't it? And what are they showing you? Well, here's the finger. He's white, he's black. So what are we looking at? We're looking at the eclipse. Now, you see this and this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this line here and I'm going to come right down the front of this. And I'm going to slide this over to this. And what do we get? We get the big black letter X. And what is the letter X? I'll just show you right up here. Let's remove this here. What is the letter X? It's just this. We have the letter X. If we slide the bottom up over the top, what do we get? There's the lower part of the X. If we slide it over the top, that's the X broken into two parts, the upper and the lower. And when you see that and you draw the line through here, it's the as above, so below. It's two parts that became one. We're back to the same thing again. So, now I want to show you something. Hang on. So you have these two statues. They're supposed to be about King David. They're not. I mean, you can clearly see the wings right here. It's Lucifer, but the key point I'm making here, if you look, is this. Look at the bottom. See the apple? That's the story of the Garden of Eden. With the apple that they supposedly took a bite out of. No, that's what started this whole fucking mess, which is the whole pedophilia thing. You look over here. This is another picture of supposedly David. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Right here. Oh, it's a kid. And he's pointing right to his head. And what does he have in his hand? What's right here? Anything, a gun, a wand, a stick, always refers to a penis. So what he's saying is, this is going to wind up in here, meaning through that act. So the woman, this woman, Tinman, Silva Tinman, Melissa, right? She quotes this on her page. Solomon, son of David, took firm the control of his kingdom, for the Lord his God was with him and made him very powerful. Okay, well let's write that in real. Let's decode that in real, the real meaning. Solomon, the son of David, took firm control of his kingdom. What's the kingdom? On a man, it's referred to as your family jewels. He grabbed his dick. For the Lord his God was with him and made him very powerful. I'll bet it did. Made him real powerful. All of this bullshit is all about their weirdness, their claim to fame, their only connection to mother, which makes them feel like they're empowered. I mean, this shit is, it's so whacked. They took a perverted idea, turned it into a religion, and spread that shit out all over the world. Making up characters that people believed in. But writing in a code that tells you the truth if you know what you're looking at. But most people don't even know it exists, so they don't have any other way to take it. So now I'm going to show you something else here that I came to a conclusion of this morning. We're going to move that out. Let's just move this out too. All right. If you take at Facebook, which is an F and a B, if you sound that out, it comes out to this. F-Bay. That's how it would be said. Let's look at what that is. F-Bay, meaning a terrible sight, cause of terror, and an object of fear. Word origin derived from the Greek. Of course it was derived from the Greek, because they don't have nothing of their own. Meaning to frighten or to be afraid. That's how it works. You remember the little Mickey Mouse head? The one that they keep flashing as they program the kid while they're fucking terrorizing him? That one right there. You know, squint your eyes. See the Mickey Mouse head in there? The evil Mickey Mouse head? Here, let me show you a famous movie where they do this. And you never knew what it meant. You will as soon as I'm done showing it to you. So, this is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now, they're on a chocolate river. Would you like to guess what that chocolate river represents? You ever heard of the Hershey Highway? That's your asshole. Okay, and what's interesting is, it's at one parent and one child. I believe that's what it was supposed to be. So this is the act. Here's the pink and the yellow for the sex and violence. Here's the chocolate river. So let's watch it.
Hang on, where are we going?
I don't know, but I don't like the looks of that tunnel up there. Hey, Wonka, I want off!
Round the world and home again. That's the sailor's way.
And now notice how psychedelic and weird it's getting. And watch how the kids are freaking out.
Do me a favor, tell those people to stop babbling, butler.
We're going too fast! We're going to sink! I don't know! Why doesn't he stop the boat?
Hang on, darling, just close your eyes and hang on tight.
me, Wonka!
You can't possibly see where you're going, Wonka!
You're right. I can't.
Are you catching that? They make sure it's right in. There it is, right there. See? See, they make sure you catch the X. Because it's the act of sodomy. They're just playing it out in a child's fucking movie.
Boy, what a great series this would make.
Wonka!
Just is kind of strange.
Yeah, strange, Charlie, but it's fun.
Of course, that's what the old man would say to the kid. Yeah, it's strange, but it's fun. It'll also get you 20 years of prison if you get caught.
This is terrific.
Where's to get off the boat, Wonka? They're gonna be sick. I can take a joke, but this has gone too far.
Notice they show the eye, right? See the eye right there? And then they showed the lizard.
Tell our little guy to turn this around, Wonka!
Now I am going to be sick.
Couldn't be.
There's no earthly way of knowing
He's singing.
which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're rowing or which way the river's flowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing?
See what he's doing is he's showing you the insanity of it with that song. Because this is what it does to a child. This decimates the child's brain.
Is a hurricane a-blowing? Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a-glowing?
Oh, well, then he said that magic word, the fires of hell. See, they've been putting this in movies your entire life. And you gotta love his 3 fingers there, the dragon's claw. They've been putting this shit out in front of people's face from the get-go. And you were supposed to figure it out. I don't hold anybody accountable for that. This is so far removed from normal thinking. It took me 20 years to figure it the fuck out. But this is the game. So let's go back over here. So there, now you understand the terrible sight, cause of terror, objection of fear. Willy Wonka. What's a willy? Girls, you know what a willy is. You also know what a woody is too, don't you? Because with the woody, like from Toy Story, you get the Buzz Lightyear. Right? Once it goes up there, boom, traveling at the speed of light. You want to know what Facebook is? I'll tell you what Facebook is. Facebook is some sort of government or military industrial complex program where the most of the people that are on Facebook are alters of other people. They're not the real person. I don't know how they have this all hooked up, but that's what it is. And so you're actually talking to an alter of another person. You're not talking to a real person. That's what Facebook is. Or, I'm sorry, FBay. This is how they're running this place. And they don't like people poking around and exposing that crap. And we all know who's in charge of this. We all know who's running this fucking thing. The same guys that are over there in fucking Lebanon and fucking Syria and fucking Israel running the terror show. You know, the Jews, the Jews, those guys. Because their perverted act, this is their claim to fame. So let me put it to you the way it was put to me by a Jewish woman. In her, what she told me is that they're real and we are a fractal, or we are a alter of their imagination. That in order for their brains to be normal again, which is an admission that they're fucked up in their head, they need to get rid of all of us. And if they get rid of all of us, there won't be any other alters to screw up the world that they live in. That's the real reason they're getting rid of people. It's like, I'll explain how this works. Imagine a brain, and then you break it into 100 different little pieces. And then you take each one of those little pieces and you give it a name, and you give it a history. Now each one of those pieces thinks it's separate from the rest, but it's really only one. And each one of those gets what's referred to as an ego. Some of those little pieces make more money. The other pieces, they live better. And so these little pieces that really came from the whole believe, because they don't know nothing else, that they're special and that they're somehow better than the one that makes less money. But that's because they were programmed that way. And these are called alters. And they're given names, like you were given a name. That's not who you are. You don't know who you are. That's the name they gave you at birth. I don't know what your name is. You don't know what mine is. We can use the ones they gave us, but it really ain't part of it. This is what Facebook is. It's managing a shitload of fucking alters. Made up characters. I don't know where they got people wired into this crap, but that's how it's working. All of this King David and King Solomon and all of that. Yeah, Solomon's son of David, took firm control of his kingdom. I'll bet he did at about 5 o'clock in the morning. They just forgot to put on it, and then he put his mouth on it. All of this shit. Here it is over here. That's him. This is a phallic symbol. He's pointing to the kid's head. Where do you think this is going? Oh, it'll eventually reach his head, but it's got to come down from below. You want 33? You got to go through the 3 below to get to the 3 above. This is what Facebook is. That's why they have those stupid pictures where they show them mirrored. God, this shit makes me want to fucking puke. It's because it's all coded messages. It's all the same shit. First of all, look at the color of this thing. You know that's pedophilia. Now watch.
The story that's gathered worldwide attention. Did aliens land in the backyard of this Las Vegas home?
Yeah, a Las Vegas. The biggest bundle of cranial nerves is down in your hip by your ass. That's why the whole sodomy thing is a big deal. You know what that nerve bundle is called? The vagus nerve. Las Vegas. That's why what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. Because once that's disrupted, it changes the whole mentality and on a spiritual level of the child that was sodomized. When they talk about the alien grays, understand that they break down into colors. There's red and blue, which are polar opposites, and they use black and white as polar opposites. In the Hindu, it's Ketu and Rahu. They're 2 different moons. One's white, one's black. Okay, so let me just grab something here real quick. See the color? You see how this is the 2 sides of the brain? You see right here, the line right here, and it splits off that way and that way? See how that makes the dragon claw? You see the male side of the face and the female side of the face combined? And there's the 3rd eye right there in the forehead. These are just coded stories for the same fucking thing over and over. There are no alien grays. When you take the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain, and you mix black and white, what color do you get? You get gray. And isn't it funny that the alien grays are the supposed race of aliens that want to shove shit up your ass? Doesn't it strike anybody weird that they would do that? No, because it's all symbolic of what they're doing. These stories are ridiculous.
Recently, we told you about that spooky situation in Las Vegas when a flash...
Yeah, a flash. You know what that flash is? You know how they say biblically, the devil comes disguised as an angel of light? Do you want to know what that is? That angel of light is the flash when the vagus nerve gets hit. It sends a signal, and this is the whole thing, up that vagus nerve, which is a big bundle of cranial nerves. It's down by your ass. That's why they say you got your head up your ass. When it goes up there, It causes both sides of the brain to fire exactly at the same time, and it makes what's called an arc. ARC, electrical. The two sides, the male and the female, that's what over the rainbow is. That's an electrical arc from the two sides, and it shorts the fucker out. It shorts the fucker out. And so when you, on New Year's Eve, when you see that ball falling, that's called the fall of light. It has nothing to do with the new year. It has to do with the disconnection of the Creator, because they fucking destroyed this place. The knowledge, the fall of light, light is knowledge. That flash that the kid gets is a destructive thing, which has to do with the mind has now been reconfigured, and it's tied into the left side of the tree predominantly, which is death. That's why in the movie Back to the Future, on the marquee, it says the Atomic Kid. Because his head blew up, because Doc Brown, what comes out of your body that's brown? And he's an old man hanging around with a young kid. Or why does UPS, the delivery service, say, what can brown do for you? Or Amazon, yeah, you've seen the symbol, ain't you? That ain't a smile, that's a big dick. You see right here? Remember he had to go 88 miles an hour? You see the two flames on the ground, which is supposed to be the tire marks? You see where it says the Atomic Kid? That's his head blowing up, shorting out. The two flaming tire tracks are the two sides of the brain activated at exactly the same point. So now, you see the fire? Now he got lit up. Now he's illuminated. God, I hate these fucking stories they post. You see how her finger is pinched like that? They do that. See how big her teeth are? This is all coded crap. Those teeth is another symbol for the Archon. When they squeeze their fingers like that, it means a tight asshole. That's what that means. The OK sign is a loose asshole.
In the sky was captured on video.
The reports echoed those campy 50s sci-fi movies about alien invaders.
This could be the beginning of the end.
It started when a mysterious fireball lit up the...
Gee whiz, what are the chances that it's that color?
Las Vegas night sky, which was caught on a cop's body cam. Only inside a...
Oh, God. Look at these two. You want to talk about some namby-pambies.
...is with the family who called 911 that night.
And why would you call 911? Are they tied in with NASA all of a sudden? 911 is the act of sodomy. That's what 9/11 was.
16-year-old Angel Canmore said...
Oh, his name is Angel. Oh, Angel Canmore? What's his brother's name? Johnny, why not?
He saw two creatures in his backyard.
I bet you did. And there's the finger. Dude, this shit is written, it's written like a comic book.
And was paralyzed with fear.
I bet he was. And the way that they shoot this stuff. So here, if you look here, there's your X, because they got to get that in there. There's the finger. Oh my God. You know, when you look at this shit for 20 years, it becomes funny at some point. Here's your pink and yellow. Since when are shadows, since when do they have a pink hue? Those two colors are indicative of sex and violence.
His father and brothers say they also...
That's his brother? That's his brother. Looks like he's wearing a leotard and it's a bitch.
...saw the creatures.
You believe you saw something that wasn't from this planet?
I believe I saw something, yeah, that wasn't like from Earth.
Was this really an extraterrestrial sight?
Here, let's get something straight. Extraterrestrial. Terrestrial means terrain. It doesn't mean outer space. Terrestrial. Terrestrial means ground. Extraterrestrial would mean extra ground. It has nothing to do with outer space.
The family says 3 days after the encounter, a government vehicle showed up outside the house with 3 men in black.
Oh, of course there was 3 men in black. Because Binna is the number 3 on the Kabbalistic tree of life. And guess what color she is? Black. Let's take a look just to make sure that I can prove my work. Stupid fox. You see here? See the number 3? That's Binna, Saturn, mother. Yeah, the FBI showed up at my house too when I said I was going to give out the names of the pedophiles that were involved in the whole Stacy murder type, or it's not Stacy, but Stephanie murder thing in Rhode Island. Yeah, those men in black showed up too. Funny, isn't that? God, this stuff, it's ludicrous. This is how fucking stupid they think you are. If you just learn the codes, they can't pull no shit off on you.
To investigate.
I knew it. This is an alien, and you guys are from some government agency trying to keep it under wraps.
We see 3 guys was driving a black Suburban with U.S. government plates in it. They was passing around. They was, when we opened the garage, we went through them. They're just run away.
Do you think that they...
I got news for you. I just dealt with them fuckers. They don't run away.
They were here to investigate what happened?
Probably is.
What?
Okay, so here's the Divine Feminine. Pink, yellow, and blue. It's 432 hertz.
When Las Vegas cops released the body cam footage, the worldwide spotlight was thrust on the Kenmore family overnight.
Of course it was, because whatever happened there, just like with Stephanie's, there's a story within a story. I'm guessing this is either where a ritual went down or there was child trafficking going on, period. Because of the color that they insinuated that this thing was, which is pedophilia, which is telling me that that's the area where the hot spot was going to be at a future date.
Total strangers flocked to their home, wanting to see for themselves the location of one of the most intriguing UFO sightings in decades.
We're in your backyard now.
That 7-pointed star you saw in the back that you see police wear sometimes, Aleister Crowley used to use that. It represents pedophilia.
Since all of this went public, have people been climbing over your fences?
Yeah. Science writer and UFO skeptic Mick West has another explanation for what the Kenmores could have seen that night.
The raccoon, which has very big black eyes, could be on top of the fence. And...
A raccoon. Where have we seen that before? Hang on, I'll go get it. Here it is here. The secret pizza party. You see the pink and the yellow? You see the raccoon? Hold still. Remember this? This is the secret, see? Secret handshake. Line here, line here, line here, line here. The seal of Saturn, whom the Phoenicians called Israel. The perpetrators, the blue and white Israeli colors for the zigzag, which is the serpent, which represents mother. Oh my God. Fucking retards on this fucking planet.
Someone could mistake that in the darkness as...
Isn't it funny that his face is highlighted in pink and yellow? Isn't it funny? Is that normal? Do you see people that look like that? No, because here's how it works. There's codes that are put into the internet. Okay? They can't be changed. They have specific meanings. So somebody that was looking at this, like I'm trying to show you, I get what the story is. Either there was something that went on that night, or at a future date is where something was going to go on there. Just like Stephanie's. Supposedly she was murdered on the 26th, not the 26th, the 5th of July. But her memorial wasn't until October 5th. Incidentally, that's when the FBI stopped me from getting up there. Is that when the big party was going to happen? Something. But this is utter bullshit. Look at his face. You know anybody who looks like that? Of course you don't, because whatever this thing is, it doesn't communicate through words. It communicates through colors and numbers. So, but the people involved, I just learned it from paying attention for a long, long, long time. The people that are involved, they can look at that and they know what that means.
As an alien being with giant eyes, or something like a coyote jumping over the fence.
Do you think that
a coyote? Oh my God!
That creature was an animal or a raccoon?
No, that was too big to be a raccoon.
Attorney Sam Ryan Haydari represents.
Oh, and they got an attorney now.
The family.
They didn't want that publicity. The only thing they did, it was reporting it to the police.
You've talked to the dad and the mom and the 2 sons. Do you believe these people?
I believe that they believe that it was real.
Pit fucked. Oh, and this symbol here? Yeah, paramount. Ready? Paramount. Okay, so I'll sing a little song to you. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. See, and if you turn this thing on its side, you get Pac-Man. Who's a Pac-Man? Oh, shit packers. If people would just wake up to this, their bullshit would not work.